religious freedom, what our federal laws say about religious freedom, and no, not this. It's inside. No. This. Nigeria's constitutional commitment to religious freedom and rule of law. All the answers are in there. And this is what guides us. And this is what shows that it's impossible for there to be a religious persecution.
Nigeria, that's what I'm asking. Do you envisage US boots on the ground?
Could be. I mean, a lot of things I envisage, a lot of things. They're killing record numbers of Christians in Nigeria. And they have other countries very bad also. You know that part of the world, very bad. They're killing the Christians and killing them in very large numbers. We're not going to allow that to happen.
China has firmly opposed the United States threat to take military actions against Nigeria, describing it as an unwanted interference in the country's internal affairs. This response follows comments made by US President Donald Trump, who over the weekend threatened to impose sanctions or initiate military interventions against Nigeria, citing what he called genocide against Christians. In a statement published on the Ministry's of Foreign Affairs website, China's Foreign Ministry spokesman Mao Ning said China changed to Nigeria as a comprehensive strategic partner, supporting the nation's sovereignty and its right to choose a development path that aligns with its own national realities. We oppose any country's interference in other countries' internal affairs under the pretext of regional and human rights. Mao said, we are also opposing the wanton threat of sanction and the use of force. China remarks came with the same day Nigeria's federal government dismissed the genocide allegations as propaganda spread by religious extremists aiming to divide the nations along religious and ethnic lines. Meanwhile, Senate President Godswill Akpabio stated that the Senate would engage the executive arm of government to take a coordinated diplomatic stance on Trump's threats, emphasizing that such foreign policy matters must be addressed through national unity and diplomacy. Several groups, including the Northern States chapter of the Christian Association of Nigeria (CAN) and the Southern and Middle Belt Leaders Forum and the Nigerian Christians Pilgrim Commission (NCPC), also urged Nigerians to close ranks and stand against this they describe as an external provocation targeting the nation's stability. Trump had recently designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern, accusing the government of failing to protect Christian communities. His warning suggested that the US could suspend bilateral aid or consider the use of force if the alleged killings persisted. China's intervention, however, underscores a growing divide between Washington and Beijing on global governance sovereignty and the interpretation of human rights, with Nigeria now caught in the center of geopolitical standoff. Thanks for stopping by.
You're taking this. How are you? Good to see you. How are you doing? It is well. It is well. Bless you, brother. Bless you. Thank you very much. That's a quick picture.
The detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has now once again insisted that he has no case to answer in terrorism charges brought against him by the federal government. urging the court to order his immediate release. Kanu, who has been in the custody of the Department of the State Service (DSS) since 2021, made the declaration during the resumed hearing on Tuesday before the Federal High Court in Abuja. This marks the fourth time he has failed to open his defense in the ongoing trial, having recently dismissed his team of lawyers. Kanu is now personally conducting his defense. He maintained before the court that there was no valid or extant law supporting the seven court charge against him, insisting that the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act under which he was being tried had been repealed. You cannot ask me to begin my defense when you have not started the law under which I've been charged. Kanu said from the dock, there is no law backing these charges. I request to be released. My lord, please take judicial notice of all the records before the court. Citing again statistics page 12 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, Kanu urged that no person could be tried for an offense not defined by any written law. He further alleged that his trial violates a previous Supreme Court judgment, which, according to him, condemned his extraordinary rendition from Kenya by the federal government. When reminded by the court that the Supreme Court had ordered a fresh trial, Kanu stood his ground, saying the current proceedings amounted to a breach of his fundamental right, the Constitution of the Supreme Law of Nigeria. There is no provision for a terrorism offense in the Constitution, he stated. Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act has been repealed. I cannot put in a defense under a repealed law. I will not go back to detention unless shown a valid charge against me. He accused the prosecution of misleading the court and reiterated that his continued detention lacked any legal justification. However, the prosecution counsel Chief Adeboyega Awomolo-san countered Kanu's position, describing the documents found by the IPOB leader as incompetent and lacking probative value. Awomolo urged the court to discountenance them and proceed with the case in accordance with the Supreme Court's directive. Justice Binta Nwankwo is expected to rule on the admissibility of this next step in the long-running legal battle that has gripped national attention since the arrest and extradition in 2021. Thanks for stopping by.